Cruel Summer is a cruel way to spend an hour and 17 minutes of your time. The movie is a typical horror flick with the college kids going off to the cabin in the woods, the house in the woods, the house out in the country, and there is a killer loose. They go out there to play a murder mystery game. You'd think that'd be an interesting little addition to the plot. It really goes nowhere. The movie is not very good overall. The acting is, it's all right. Not spectacular. The story writing is horrible. The lines are horrible. The killer is horrible. It's a worst slasher I've seen ever. And I'm sorry. No, well, maybe not the worst ever, but he definitely down in the top 10. And you find out who it is within the first 30 seconds of the movie. That is not a throwback to the 80s. You don't know who the killer is right at the start of the fucking movie in the 80s. You don't find out until the end. And the end, oh my God, the end. Heavy and lengthy and long on the exposition of why and how, and the twist ending that is not really a twist at all because you don't really give a shit. It has no impact whatsoever. Nobody is left with that with that little twist they threw in there going, oh, I would have never thought that. Ugh. And there's a sequel, and I own it, and I'm going to watch it next. There's just an after movie reaction here. 80s slasher. Okay. All practical gore effects. Lie. Lie. Those electrical sparks coming off of the guy who getting electrocuted were not practical. The blood splatter from the guy getting stabbed in the head with a knife that shot off of a bungee cord being held by two people was not practical. It was CGI. High body count? Gratuitous nudity? Lie. No boobs, no butt, no bare feet. Humor? Subjective. Made by true horror fans, for true horror fans. Again, very subjective. And just to let you know, that little bit of that you just seen there, that was apparently promotional material that they put out there to help their Indiegogo campaign. And if that's the case, that's kind of shameful because you're making these claims and you're not following through. That's not cool, guys. I really dig the song Cruel Summer. I like that song. It was really good, really catchy in Cobra Kai when they played it, in the original Karate Kid when they played it. I like that song. But you know what I don't like? I don't like Cruel Summer Part 2. Sequel. It's called Sequel Cruel Summer Part 2. It's like sequel is the name of the movie, Cruel Summer Part 2. That's the tagline. And it is such a cruel, torturous movie to sit through. I hated this movie. I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys are able to make these movies and chase your passion and chase your dreams. But good God, this movie was horrible. Apparently, there's 4 survivors from the first one. I don't know how that happened. I only remember seeing 2, but apparently some of their wounds weren't sufficient enough to kill them. Well, they are back, and someone comes up with the brilliant brainstorm of let's get over your trauma by having a stage play about the events. I don't know what psychiatrist this is. They went to like Dr. Giggles for it or something, but that's the stupidest fucking idea for getting over trauma I've ever heard of. Let's go do a stage play about what happened so we can get over our trauma. That's just dumb. Oh, fucking stupid. And the killer from the original one is back again. Somehow he survived, and he's just as... He's not scary. He's not creepy. In all honesty, the killer in this movie, to me, is more like a robber. He's like someone that would break into a trailer and rob from them, or a gas station and stick them up. That's what the killer reminds me of. I will say there was one line in the movie that did get a little bit, tiny little bit of a chuckle out of me. The guy is going upstairs thinking he's gonna get laid. He's grooving. He's singing, "I got chills. They're multiplying." And the killer throws off the blanket that he's hiding underneath, cuts the guy's throat, and says, "Tell me about it, stud." I got a chuckle out of me. That part was the one 2-second redeeming quality or good thing about this movie. And what really kills me about the Cruel Summer series is if you go to IMDb and look at Cruel Summer Part 1 at least, and you read the reviews, they are so fucking full of shit. They are fake. They are there to pad the rating that this movie has gotten, because they're all saying how great it is, how much of a masterpiece Part 1 was, talking about how the nudity that wasn't there in my copy shouldn't have been there anyway. It's just, that's despicable to have your reviews padded by friends and family. Both Part 1 and Part 2, one of the other things that they do that a lot of independent horror makers like to do is they name every single one of their characters after a famous horror personality. You've got Argento, you've got Carpenter, you've got Romero. Come on, I hate it when they do that. That is just so fucking... I like a good little, hey, you see that? You see what we did there? I like that in moderation, but when you're naming every single fucking character this way, it's tiresome. I don't know how much of my time I spent watching this movie, but it was too much. I shouldn't have done it. And what's really unfortunate is they are currently crowdfunding Part 3. Cruel Summer 3, Pray for Fall. And the tagline, I will say, kind of funny. Tagline, Summer Dies Tonight. So, yeah, that's a clever one. That's the kind of, you see what we did there, that I like. Not naming every single one of your characters, Svaney and Hooper and all this other happy horseshit. Part 3 is currently funding. In all honesty, I will watch it because I'm a glutton for punishment and I'm a completist. I got to finish it off, but I'm not looking forward to it. Didn't look forward to Part 1 or 2. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just being brutally honest. I'm very happy for you that you guys are able to do your thing. I just wish we'd do something else.
I like it spooky.
I want to thank you. Anything you want, you just name it.
Cruel Summer, the original Cruel Summer, the first one, I'm not a fan of. The acting was piss poor. Cruel Summer, not a very good movie. Fuck! Cruel Summer, not my cup of tea. Fuck that, that's stupid. Cruel Summer, a release by Scream... Cruel Summer, distributed by Stream...